freshest, you bitch.
I've been 18 before. I've been 15 before. I know what it was to grow up in the hood, and you look at all the dope boys and all the niggas that's pimping and the niggas that's out here getting to the bag, and that shit look cool as fuck. It look hella cool. One thing I wish I wouldn't have never got into in my life was the streets. I wish I never wouldn't have got in the streets, ever. I got in the streets at the age of 15. 15 years old. And the thing is, for y'all, some of y'all watching, you grew up square, you never fucking sold nothing illegal in your life. Listen to my story before you start judging, okay? Listen to the full story. I'm a 40-year-old man from the Bay Area. I've been living in Los Angeles a long time. My name is Kevin Robinson Jr. If there's anything you can relate to, comment below with your own experience. Put a thumbs up if you agree with anything I'm saying. All right? Like, share, comment, subscribe. So I grew up in the Bay Area. You feel me? So I was raised in the Bay in the 90s. And I've seen a lot of shit. A lot of shit. I have a very unique unique childhood. I went to school in the richest town in the United States, Atherton, California. All right. But the juxtaposition of that is I also grew up in a neighborhood that was the murder capital of the world when I was in second and third grade. So the irony of me waking up, leaving this neighborhood that niggas, when I was a kid, niggas was getting popped every day, right? High murder statistics. And then I'm crossing the 101 freeway and I'm going to driving past estates. We talking about not just houses, mansions. Talking about you go to the front gate and they buzz you in and you got to drive a quarter mile before you actually get to the mansion. They got a fucking pool house bigger than my own house. I'm sharing a room with my mom in my grandmother's house, bunk beds and shit. You feel me? So I'm going to school over there. So I seen things from, I always have been able to blend in with super hood ass niggas and with the wealthiest blue bloods. I started hustling when I was 15 years old. Now, we're not going to sit here and say everything that you hustle in the streets is going to be narcotics. No. But there is shit that you can sell in the streets that ain't necessarily the most legal shit. You feel me? My thing was I sold a lot of counterfeit shit. You know what I'm saying? My first hustle was hustling fake Rolexes, right? A lot of y'all say that's harmless, but I actually ended up catching a case behind this shit, okay? The biggest problem with hustling is it distorts your view on money. The biggest problem I had with hustling is I could literally wake up with $70 in my pocket, right? And I have a whole trunk full of product. My rent due the next day. And I go hustle for a couple of hours and I done made $600. And I've sold everything. When I was 15, I hustled fake Rolexes. And at 15, I would hustle that shit and make enough money. I'd probably make like $100 and then go shopping. I had the flyest motherfucking clothes and all that shit. At 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's all I gave a fuck about. Clothes. Then when I got to college, I started hustling Jordans. Had a line on Jordans. You know, knew a couple of niggas that fell off the truck. You know, I'll get a whole case of Jordans. Big ass shipping box. It'd be like 12. A lot of times it'd be 12 pair in there, 16 pair. And I buy them from them wholesale and sell them in the streets. This is around 2005, 2006, 2007. My view on money was so distorted because, like I said, I'd wake up with $75 in my pocket. I got rent due, and I would go hustle and make the money. it distorted my view on money. It made me believe that I can just go get money real fast, right? But see, the problem is with fast money is when I was hustling, I was paranoid than a motherfucker. Y'all might think, oh, just because he wasn't selling drugs, what you got to be paranoid for? I was selling to the same niggas that was in the streets. We talking about all the dope boys, all the niggas that like to jack niggas. Um, Fuck, man, I had dope fiends buying Jordans from me. I had single mamas buying Jordans for their kids and they baby daddy that's locked up. Trust me, what I was doing wasn't that legal. Not that legal. They considered what I was selling illegal as fuck. You dig what I'm saying? Because I didn't have no Nike store. I didn't have no Nike license. I didn't have no Nike business license. And at the level I was doing it, I was doing that shit at a very, 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 very high level. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this and you're a young dude or a young lady, you in the streets, the hardest thing you're gonna be able to do is transition your street money to square money. It's gonna be hard as fuck. Your mindset of I can just get it real fast, because trust me, I understand. I know what it is. I spend my last whatever to get some product, and then I'm not tripping because it's like shit. I got $20 in my pocket. I got a quart tank of gas, but I got about $1,500 worth of product in the car. I could just go flip some shit real quick and I'm up. I'm talking about literally. I go meet the plug. I had this little Asian dude. I had a plug. I go meet this nigga at the warehouse and go get some shit. And I got $20 in my pocket left and a quart tank gas. And I go right up the block, the Rasputins in San Leandro, and go sell 4-5 pair of Jordans, and I'm up again. You know what I'm saying? We talking about I'm a young guy, 21, 22. So $300-$400 is a lot of money when you're that young and you ain't got no bills, you know? The biggest transition, man, from hustling to hustling and going square is you're going to have to transition your mind into slow money. And the problem is with like when you've been hustling, like we've been hustling, like you was in the streets for real, and you know how to turn $15 into 900 in less than an hour. It's gonna be hard as fuck to look at slow money like something you want to do. Now, if you're a salesman, right? Say for instance you was hustling in the streets and you sold whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not judging you. If you got mouthpiece, you can literally take any illegal hustle you got and turn that shit into a legal hustle and make way more money. You ain't gonna have to worry about looking over your shoulder. You ain't gonna have to worry about motherfuckers plotting to rob your ass, kill your ass. Nigga, I done been robbed before. Nigga, you know how sobering that shit is? Niggas pulling guns to your head, nigga. I'm talking about when I was 22. Niggas putting guns to your head and you trying to sell some shit, stupid. You trying to sell it in their hood, you ain't supposed to be over there. Nigga, and they carjack your ass. They take $5,000 worth of shit that's in the trunk of the car, your laptop, your digital camera. You know what I'm saying? This is like 2008. I had what? Like they probably got me for about altogether $6,000 worth of shit. I'm still alive though. You feel me? And nigga, that was 17 years ago. I could have died that night, my nigga. Like I could have died that night, blood. Like for real, it could have went all the way left. But God spared me, man. How many times you hear about that shit, a nigga getting robbed and he able to talk about it? Most times a nigga get robbed, he get popped. You know? Trust me. It's not worth the quick money. especially nowadays. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. If the internet was like this back in 98, 99, 99 when I first started hustling, where you could just get on YouTube, because there was no YouTube in 99, and you could just go on Instagram. There was no Instagram. And there was a OG 30 years old, 40 years old, who I could tell grew up just like me. And this man is talking about how you can get money on the internet, bro. Learn how to trade futures. You dig what I'm saying? All you need is a laptop and a phone. You feel me? Learn arbitrage. That's what I do. Arbitrage, I literally find someone that's selling and someone that's buying. I learned that with real estate wholesaling. That's what real estate wholesaling is. I find someone who's on a pre-foreclosure list, or somebody who has a tax lien, or they might be on the water DWP list where they haven't paid their water bill in like 6-7 months. And then we end up calling them, we get them on a contract, and we flip that contract to another investor, and you get paid a finder's fee. And that finder's fee ain't small. It ain't $500, $600. It could be anywhere from $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. Just imagine if you did that shit twice a month. That's the whole salary right there. You know what I mean? If the internet was like this when I was 15, 17, 18, 19, I never wouldn't have gotten the streets, bro. It took me almost 5 years to get my mind together. Because honestly, even when my first business of working in music, when I was 24, nigga, that shit was no different than the streets. It was actually a little bit worse. Because I was dealing with the same type of niggas that I was when I was selling Jordans and selling Lacoste polos and selling Aviso jeans. You know what I'm saying? And when I was selling handbags and all type of shit. So, and realize this with hustling, man. You cannot be a career hustler. You cannot. You cannot be a Hall of Fame hustler. A hustle is only seasonal. Take that hustle that you got and transfer that shit into some square shit, my nigga. You do not have to get a job if you know how to sell. Like I said, if you are a great salesman, mouthpiece like me, my mouthpiece is platinum. I can sell anything. Give me a motherfucking manual on a yacht. Show me a buyer's list and a seller's list. I'll drop a contract, a non-disclosure agreement, and motherfucker, I will be making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 per sale because I know how to sell shit. If you are a salesman in the streets and you selling dope, or you selling Jordans, or you selling whatever illegal shit, you could be selling houses. You could be fucking flipping futures on the fucking stock market. You could be selling shit on Shopify. You feel me? Just learn this, bruh. The hardest transition you gonna have is transitioning from being a street nigga to going to square slow money. All right? Square slow money is where it's at, my nigga. I know stocks don't seem sexy. I know it don't. I know it don't. Right? You want your money today. See, that's the problem with selling in the streets. You can get something and invest $500 into it, and you can take that $500 and make $2,500. That's not real life at all. You dig what I'm saying? So, if you took anything from this video, don't even get in the streets, my nigga. Learn the skills it takes to be a great salesman legally. Arbitrage. Trust me. If you don't know what arbitrage is, you literally need to go YouTube arbitrage. I do real estate arbitrage. Okay? I know I'm saying a lot of things that you might not want to hear, but these are just facts of life.